Good morning. Welcome to another One Mind meditation. Our teacher for this week is Byron Katie, and the term for her work is the work. If you want to know more about Byron Katie and learn from her, a great search would be Byron Katie, the work. And you'll probably come across something she calls the 4 questions. And I'll leave that to you to go and be curious about. What are Byron Katie's 4 questions? If you Google Byron Katie, the work, or 4 questions, there's a lot to discover there. Very simple work and really freeing work if you embrace it. Linda, very good morning. Somebody, good morning. Hello, beautiful humans. Let's get right into today's message. Being present, the term being present, has such a spiritual connotation that its pure practical application is often missed. And that's a shame, because being present is simply the most effective way to apply your effort. Dealing with what this moment makes available to you right now is the only place where you have any power at all. Danae, good morning. It's great seeing you. Hello. So the first thought from Byron Katie is, she says, I am a lover of what is. And I love that statement so much. I am a lover of what is. Not because I'm a spiritual person, she says, but because it hurts when I argue with reality. We can know that reality is good just as it is because when we argue with it, we experience tension and frustration. We don't feel natural or balanced. When we stop opposing reality, action becomes simple, fluid, kind, and fearless. Maggie, good morning. It is really good to see you. Hello. The next thought from Byron Katie is, the work reveals that what you think shouldn't have happened couldn't have happened in any other way because it didn't happen in any other way. And no amount of thinking in the world can change that. This doesn't mean that you condone it or approve it. It just means that you can see things without resistance, without the confusion of your inner struggle. No one wants their children to get sick. No one wants to be in a car accident. But when these things happen, how can it be helpful to mentally argue with them? We know better than to do that, yet we do it because we don't know how to stop. And that really is the essence of her work, is how do we show up to reality just as it is? We struggle to be present because our inner narrative, the way in which we speak to ourselves, was recorded from the events that we lived through in the past. This inner voice from the past is always repeating the same old anxieties, and when it looks into the future, it predicts that our worst fears will come true. In the moments when you are able to step out of the old recording and step into wisdom, you have no problem dealing with reality just as it is. Your soul is the most present thing that you will ever encounter. While your soul has been collecting wisdom across millennia, it's never trying to be anywhere but right here, right now, dealing with reality exactly as it is. When you learn to listen to the whisper of your soul, all resistance to reality melts away and confusion evaporates. When you stop opposing reality, action becomes simple, fluid, kind, and fearless. Really being present and surrendering to reality just as it is brings clarity. While I'm fighting with reality, I'm trying to take action from information that doesn't exist. But when I accept this moment just as it is, then I become available to the data that prevents itself and taking action from clarity. So if you're ready, let's slip into today's meditation. Today's journey is called The Power of Now. So if you're ready, you can close your eyes and let's float away, starting with the first few big breaths. Take a deep breath in and out. Take a deep breath in and out. A deep inhale and let it go. Deep breath in and out. One more big breath in and let it all flow away. You can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale through your nose gets drawn all the way deep down into your belly. And as you fill up your belly with air, also raise yourself up. As you breathe in, stretch out your spine, lift the top of your head toward the ceiling. And once you've reached your full height, let all of it go. With every exhale, soften. With every breath out, soften your spine, slump down your shoulders, and even drop your head. Continue your full body breathing. With every inhale, feel the rise of your body. With every exhale, feel the fall in your body. Let your breath teach you about what it means to be present. Stay engaged with the rise and fall and entertain this thought for a moment. If I ask you to take a breath, can you take a breath tomorrow? Can you take that breath yesterday? Or can every breath only be taken right now? From one moment to the next moment, from one breath to the next breath. This is why breath is such a great anchor for being present. As you exhale, soften. Let the baggage that you've been carrying around fall around your feet like a cloak that you are dropping, so you can step out of it and look at it lying there. With every exhale, let whatever you've been carrying roll off your shoulders. The baggage that we've been carrying prevents us from being fully present. Is there something that you need to fully let go of? Is there something that holds your attention in yesterday or the day before that for the moment you can put down? With every exhale, become less past regret and fear and more present. With every exhale, become less future anxiety and more now. We'll do the last few big breaths of this phase together, helping our bodies stretch, adjust, and settle down into as much comfort as possible for the rest of our journey. Let's take a deep breath in. As you release, drop your head all the way forward and roll out your neck muscles forward and to the left, forward and to the right. Take a deep breath in. As you release, roll your shoulders forward in big, slow circles. Take a deep breath in. As you release, roll your shoulders backwards in big circles, nice and slow. Take a deep breath in. As you release, focus on your spine. See if you're able to tilt your head to the left while you tilt your hips to the right, curving your spine into an S from your head down to your tailbone. Then change sides, tilt your head to the right, tilt your hips to the left. One more big breath in. And as you release, you can stretch or move or adjust any part of your body that still needs a bit of help settling down. Having softened our bodies into a state of presence, or at least becoming as present as we possibly can be right now, we can now turn our attention inwards and dive deep inside for the next part of our journey. With every next inhale, we'll hold our breath for a few short moments, followed by a really long, really slow exhale. If you don't have the time to sit for the whole meditation with us, then this is always a good place to stop. But if you are here for the whole journey, we'll take the next few big breaths together. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, make it a really long, really slow exhale. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, feel into your body. Feel how softness slips into your body and settles in every part of your body. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, follow the downwards flow through your body. Feel your shoulders slowly falling. Feel your body slowly softening. And feel how you are slowly slipping deeper into you. One more big breath in and hold. And as you release, feel yourself melting. Feel your whole body dissolving. Feel how you are slipping into a deeper level of surrender with every slow exhale. You can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale through your nose is an invitation. It invites you to turn inwards and follow this journey. As you breathe in, feel the air flow in through your nostrils. Feel the air touch the back of your throat. Stay with your breath as it flows in through your lungs. And as you fill up the balloon inside your belly, feel yourself slip all the way in. Hold your breath. But hold it only for as long as it feels easy, followed by a really long, really slow exhale. With your next big breath, as you dive deep into you, the theme of today's meditation is the power of now. The strength that becomes available to us by being really present. What is your relationship with being present? Take your next big breath. The picture that we are often given of examples of being present often look like meditating on a mountaintop, floating in a lake, sitting in a tranquil forest. With your next big breath, as you dive deep into you, take a moment to entertain any one of those pictures, the mountaintop, the forest, the lake. How clearly can you draw that energy, that kind of calm into your body right now? Take your next big breath. Taking a moment of reprieve for the mind every day is really important, which is exactly what meditation is for. But one of our biggest obstacles to being present is the wish to escape to somewhere else. When is it that you try to escape? When is it that you have a desperate wish to be somewhere else? As you take your next big breath and dive deep into you, see if you can find an example as a reminder to yourself. When do you have moments in which you entertain the desperate wish to be somewhere else. Take your next big breath. If you did find yourself on a mountaintop, or on a lake, or in a garden, then surrendering to that space would indeed be presence. If not, it would be called escape. And escape is the opposite of present. Of course, we can use those images as a tool to bring the energy of calm and peace into the cells of our body. But the goal is to bring that calm into our present moment, to help us deal with the reality of what this moment calls for. Are you able to look at your moments of wanting to be somewhere else? And perhaps, yes, perhaps you can close your eyes and take a moment to remind the cells in your body of the calm on the mountaintop, or floating in the lake, or sitting in a tranquil forest. But are you able to bring that calm into this present moment? So that when you get up from your meditation, you are ready to deal with the world exactly the way it is. Take your next big breath. How often do you find yourself in a moment while desperately wishing to be somewhere else? What are your examples? Remind yourself of your own examples. When do you feel yourself wishing that you were really somewhere else? Take your next big breath. So let's choose to be present. And I'll use a few examples. I think these examples could typically make one feel like you wish you were somewhere else. You could, of course, use your own examples, replace them with what's more real to you. Imagine a baby crying, incessantly crying. There is, of course, a moment or a few of them when babies cry every moment they're awake. And when you're living through those moments, it can certainly feel like you want to be anywhere else. But of course, your only real empowerment lies in choosing to be there, choosing to be fully available to the moment, to the crying baby. Could you choose to be there if that is the moment you need to deal with? Could you resist the urge to feel like you'd want to be anywhere else? As you take your next big breath and dive deep into you, run through the mental rehearsal. Either use your own example or look at the example of a baby crying and choose. Choose to be there if that is what you need to deal with. Take your next big breath. Here's another one that could be really difficult, that could make us wish that we were anywhere else. Having a really difficult conversation with a partner. It could also be having a real difficult conversation with a family member, or a colleague, or a friend. This should not be too difficult to imagine. Perhaps you're standing in front of one of those difficult conversations right now. If that is what reality calls for you to deal with, can you choose to be there? Can you see yourself sitting down for that difficult conversation and resist the urge to want to be anywhere else, but surrender to what that moment calls for, the need to have a tough conversation? That is where your empowerment lies. Choose to be there. Take your next big breath. Then one more example that we all know well. Thich Nhat Hanh had such a beautiful description for this example. About being present, he said, "Wash the dishes for washing the dishes." In other words, not as something to get checked off a list in order to get to the next thing, but be present with the dish in your hand, the cloth in your hand. Be there for that moment that the chore calls for. What is one of your chores that you have resistance to? The kind of chore for which you wish you were doing anywhere else. Can you take a moment to rehearse this in your mind? That the next time you stand in front of that chore, perhaps it's right after this meditation, who knows? Whether it's washing the dishes or anything else, could you choose to be there? Could you wash the dishes for washing the dishes? Take your next big breath. We'll do one more big breath together to slip out of the breath holding space and into the next. Take a deep breath in and hold. And as you release, feel yourself slip all the way through. There is no more attention on your breathing. You can sit all the way back or even lie all the way back down and feel yourself just floating. I'll read to you one more time today's message from Byron Katie. She says, "I am a lover of what is, not because I'm a spiritual person, but because it hurts when I argue with reality." We can know that reality is good just as it is because when we argue with it, we experience tension and frustration. We don't feel natural or balanced. When we stop opposing reality, action becomes simple, fluid, kind, and fearless. Then one more thought from Byron Katie on being present and having acceptance for reality as it is. She says, "The work reveals that what you think should not have happened couldn't have happened in any other way, because it didn't happen in any other way. And no amount of thinking in the world can change it. This doesn't mean that you condone it or approve of it. It just means that you can see things without resistance and without the confusion of your inner struggle. No one wants their children to get sick. No one wants to be in a car accident. But when these things happen, how can it be helpful to mentally argue with them? We know better than to do that, yet we do it because we don't know how to stop. Really being present and surrendering to reality just as it is brings clarity. while I'm fighting with reality, I'm trying to take action from information that doesn't exist. But when I accept this moment just as it is, then I become available to see all the data that presents itself. Then I take action from clarity. One more time, take a look at your day ahead. Take a look at the most difficult thing, or perhaps the most boring thing in your day ahead. And can you choose to be there? Are you able to resist the urge that wants to be anywhere else and have your arms open to the present moment? Choose to be there. Wash the dishes for washing the dishes. We have the last 5 breaths of gratitude to do together. With every exhale, I'll say my thank you, and I invite you to say yours. Let's take a deep breath in. Thank you for this reminder. Whatever the moment is that I'm facing, can I choose to be there? Take a deep breath in. And thank you for this reminder by Byron Katie that thing that you think that should not have happened, well, it couldn't have happened in any other way, because it didn't happen in any other way. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for learning how to not argue with reality, which of course doesn't mean we're condoning the bad behavior that reality sometimes brings. But not arguing with reality opens us to the clear information that reality brings. And then always gives us choice. What is it that you want to do about reality the way it is? Take a deep breath in. Thank you for the clarity that comes when I stop fighting with reality. The clarity that materializes when I stop splashing in my pond. One more big breath in. Thank you, beautiful people. Thank you for slipping into this present moment along with us. Hey, Pupe. It's great seeing you. A good evening on your side of the world. Peter, it's good to see you pop in, brother. I hope you had some time to sit down with us. Thank you, Danae. Thank you, Maggie. Thank you, Sunmarie. Wishing you all the most beautiful day. And choose to be there the whole day for everything that comes your way. Lots of love. Ciao, ciao.